All right, well, let's get into it. So tonight,
Let's get started.
tonight we wanted to talk about, I think, one of the biggest things that kind of like motivated me to bring this Erickson Exchange idea to Andres is because, believe it or not, we're technically still growing and not diminishing in subs. And I think a lot of our new subscribers see our If Link Could Talk videos and think, dang, these are really good and funny. I can't wait for the next one. And then weeks and weeks go by and they're like, wow, this place sucks. When's the next If Link Could Talk? And I mean, even for those who in our Discord, I'm sure many of you are like, how come they really haven't put anything out for a while? And some of you know exactly why, I'm sure. But we're just gonna go over more specific reasons so that people, when they get angry at Erickson Gaming for not releasing anything when they want, they at least have a video they can go to and be like, oh, they hate YouTube. I'm just kidding.
No, and I know we've talked about similar things before, but I don't want, this isn't going to be a conversation about like, not so much about like the algorithm and why this is unfair and blah, blah, blah. That's not what we're talking about. We're just talking about where our own heads are at, what I guess we want from our own channel, and just putting being more giving a more concrete reason for those who don't know, I guess, as to why we're really slow and don't really put out that much stuff, and why we're not really that channel anymore. And that's it. And hopefully we won't have to have updates on that anymore, because I mean, unless things change, I don't know.
Right.
Anyway,
which is not possible. I will say this: we're not quitting the channel, and we're not deleting it, and we're not saying like Erickson Gaming is no more. All right, well, let's start with the fact that our channel is primarily Nintendo based. When we started the channel, Andres and I played a ton. Okay, before we started the channel and during the beginning of the channel, Andres and I we played tons of Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U and Splatoon. Right. And basically, we were playing tons of the Wii U. And not only that, we have a long history with Nintendo of games that we love, and we played together. We had a lot of inspiration. We had a lot of motivation to make videos. Andres, at the time, neither Andres nor I had a full-time job. And so it was we had the time, we had the motivation, and when we started, we had a lot of ideas. It was fun, and YouTube was a very different place. Recently, what I want to talk about that's been on my mind, because this is more of a me problem at the moment, very specifically, and maybe I'm wrong about that, but it swims around my head daily. And that's the fact that today, compared to how we used to be, I don't play a lot of Nintendo games right now. And I really enjoy Super Smash Bros. Ultimate when we play sometimes. But at the moment, that's the only Nintendo game, I think, that I play from time to time. Not even weekly. Sometimes I'll play it once a month. And that is a huge thing for me right now. Our channel is Nintendo based. We get views from our Nintendo stuff. And so I've been holding back on doing other games that aren't Nintendo related or Switch related. Because for a while we were trying to grow Erickson Gaming Nintendo related brand, kind of. Yes. And to be quite frank, I have not been enjoying as much as the Wii U games, Switch games. Sentence was a little scrambled, but I think you get it. I have a lot of issues with Nintendo when it comes to making inspirational, creative games, and I think the Switch is holding Nintendo back as a game developer. And to go with that, I don't think Nintendo anymore wants to be primarily a game developer, because if they did, I don't think that they would make things primarily like the Switch and stuff like that. This is not a bad thing for you guys. I mean, for people who love the Switch, go for it.
I was gonna say, just to preface this, we're not trying to get anyone to hate Nintendo. We're not doing that. If you love them and all their games, that's totally fine. That's not what we're talking about. We're not here to just trash Nintendo. We're just talking about our opinion.
We're talking about Erickson Gaming.
How it has affected Erickson Gaming, which is what you're watching right now, which is why we're talking about it.
And so when it comes to putting out content, we're not inspired to make Nintendo-related content, because in James Erickson's opinion, to put it very harshly, Nintendo sucks. That's just like the emotional rage from my standpoint when it comes to trying to make Nintendo-related videos for Erickson Gaming.
I still play Smash Bros. A lot, but I think, unless I'm forgetting, that's pretty much all I play on the Switch right now. And I love Smash Bros. And I'll always love Smash Bros. And it's very replayable for me. But other than that, in general, in my own life, I haven't been giving a ton of attention to video games anymore like I used to. And even some of the ones I am giving attention to are like Overwatch on the PC, and then random games that I'll play with people on Discord or myself, like Ultimate Chicken Horse or Phasmophobia. Or I just like the social part of gaming these days. And I still love video games. I'm sure there's gonna be a time in my life where I come back to actually playing them, but that is a problem because I've put a lot of effort and work over the years into Erickson Gaming, writing these things, and they're always Nintendo related. And I used to have all these ideas because I knew what was going on with Nintendo. I knew what was going on with the gaming community. I mean, slightly. What I'm trying to say is my head's not there anymore. So it's not as natural for me to make games about Nintendo or about what's Mario doing, or I don't know, like Mario Golf 10 funny moments. It's just not where my head is at. It's not where my heart is at. And I will still always love the solo Mario games as long as they keep being good. I will always love Zelda as long as they keep being good, because I feel like those particular teams working on those are still inspired. My head is not in the gaming world, and it hasn't been for a long time. So
first of all, when it comes to gaming, there's a lot of things that I enjoy about gaming. And obviously, I think a lot of you know I love competitive games. Not only do they have a competitive scene, but the developers are putting in features that actually make the game fun and competitive. Also, on top of that, I love when developers work on graphics. I love when their games look good. And so,
not that that's the most important thing, but it is an important thing.
Right. I'm stating why I like games.
Yeah.
And stories too. And I'll get into that in a second. So I lately have been playing tons of stuff on the PlayStation 4. I'll list the names of the games I've been playing the last 2 years. God of War, I completed. The Last of Us 2. Final Fantasy 7. I'm playing Detroit Become Human right now.
Become Hero.
Mortal Kombat, a huge one I've been playing. But something that all these games have is amazing visuals. These games have great stories, and Miyamoto himself says that he does not think stories should be in video games. And you can see that in some of their games. Now, I'm talking again personally. The stories and the character development in a lot of the PS4 games that I play, I love. And I get really into them, and I like the gameplay, stuff like that. That's just my personal opinion. So that's why I have not been playing Nintendo games a lot, is because I've been finding my video gaming fix elsewhere. And it would be hard for me to make a bunch of content, or it'd be hard for even us to make content based on PlayStation games, because our channel is Nintendo based. So when we were treating Erickson Gaming as a business, PlayStation videos wouldn't make sense. And Andres doesn't have a PlayStation. He just hears me ranting about it all the time.
Yeah.
For me, PlayStation has taken those steps to provide for someone whose hobby as an adult is gaming. Like taking graphics to the next level, taking storytelling to the next level, taking gameplay to the next level. When I play Mario or Nintendo games, I will say the Zelda team, they are at that point. But unfortunately, the Zelda team is held back by Nintendo's gimmicks like the Switch. for my game that I'd like to play. Also, the Mario team, when they make Super Mario, they've got hit and misses. Super Mario Odyssey was pretty good, but like I said, there were things missing from it, like story elements that I would have liked. It doesn't need it. I'm just telling you what I wanted. Super Smash Bros. Is another one that was really good, but I still think is held back. The online is so bad for a truly competitive player. Yeah. People who want to spend daily hours to compete, and I'm
Which
not just
sucks. Because like the technology is out there. We see it in Xbox and we see it in PlayStation. So when we see that Nintendo doesn't care about this factor, it's just disappointing.
So that's why in many ways I've been avoiding or inching away from Nintendo and playing tons of PlayStation and PC games. And I'm telling you guys, I'm having tons of fun. I just can't I haven't been able to push that onto Erickson Gaming because it's a Nintendo related channel, or has been up until probably maybe in the future, maybe.
Even if we did that, at least for me personally, again, I don't know if my head is even in the place anymore to be like, oh, okay, let's get our channel back on track.
Right.
It's fine if we're doing PlayStation, but so I'm going to put on PlayStation videos and stuff like this, and I'll try to make this. I just don't know if that's where I am personally anymore.
And I don't think I am either. Because, and actually, before you talk about, where you are in life, I will say that
I'm right here.
I have a full-time job that I actually enjoy. And that takes time from wanting to make content for this channel because I have to get that bread. That's not why we made Erickson Gaming in the first place. We didn't make it to be famous YouTubers. We made it because we like playing video games. And that's why we are where we are at the moment, because our love for video games has changed. So the channel is changing.
And I want to say before I forget too, even though we're talking about all this and we've talked about like blah blah blah, this is why blah 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 blah, I'm even if this was the end today, we've had a lot of fun with our channel, and I just wanted to say I'm really proud of what we've done, and I'm proud of our channel.
Yes,
and it's been super cool that some of our videos in the past have had a lot of success and have had a lot of attention, that we got to actually like share them with a lot of people and talk to a lot of people about it and make people laugh and laugh with people. It's been really cool, and for that I will always be happy and grateful. And so I don't want anyone to think that I'm like, oh, this sucks now. I just wanted to say that I love what we've done, and I love our channel. I've had so much fun. Right. That's it.
I think I could speak for both of us when I say I don't think we're upset with where Erickson Gaming is right now.
No, I'm more upset that we haven't really communicated with people, so they're probably confused, and I feel bad that we're just very wishy-washy and all this stuff because of what we're talking about. Right. But I just feel bad that we haven't communicated that, and that people are probably confused. That's why I would feel bad.
Thank you, Lori. Yeah, and that's why we're making this video.
People who've been supporting us too, which is
When our channel stared to succeed, okay, I don't even like saying that word because there's so many forms of success.
I can hear you doing air quotes.
Right, yeah, our friend, John Laster, who some of you in the Discord know, he works in areas where he helps content creators kind of turn their channels and stuff into a business. And Andres and I did... Like, we were definitely not opposed to making money off of Erickson Gaming. We were like, dude, if we can do that, then let's do it.
Like, who wouldn't want that?
Right. And so when he helped us turn Erickson Gaming into a business,
Shadow.
He also helped us kind of navigate the waters of being a YouTuber. And so one of those things that we had to do was continue to at least create the things that were successful. Now, this can be a blessing and a curse to many, because you can continue to make the thing that was pumping out success in your channel, and it usually comes to a point where you just aren't enjoying it anymore. You're just doing it for the money.
And a lot of people are able to do that, and they really can like chug along doing that. Like, okay, this is making us money, let's do that. And they have the business mind, and that's cool. But that's not ever really where we were. That's not why we started our channel, I guess. It was naturally fun for us.
Yeah.
And so that now that we're not naturally where we used to be, it's just not as easy to go in that direction,
Right.
I guess.
And now I think our funness, the things we find fun, are outside of what Erickson Gaming has done business-wise. And that's why,
Right.
though, like, Erickson Gaming hasn't gotten a lot of content in the last couple years because we haven't made content on the things that we find fun, because Erickson Gaming as a business wasn't going to get any views or succeed off of those things we found fun. And it's not like we were like, oh gosh, we need to, like, what do we do here, Scoob? That's just how it was. And so it just slowly gets to a point where you stop making content because you wanted to make it for fun in the first place, and you're just not finding Mario Golf fun. And now we're here telling you guys that.
I mean, I still give video games is always something that I've loved my whole entire life, and it'll always be a hobby for me. But yeah, film and TV is also something that interests me too. And in a lot of ways, I like the same things about video games that I like about movies and TV. For some reason, with like our channel and with people on Discord, for some reason, I always feel weird talking about the fact that I'm pursuing a career as an actor. That is something that I've been doing for years now. And it takes work and it takes time, and it's another thing that I like to do, and it's another thing that has its ups and downs, and it's another thing that requires a lot of my attention, and I like it, and I've had little bits of success with it, but it's something that's going to take that I'm going to be doing for a long time, and it's not ending anytime soon. So that's where a lot of my attention has been these days.
It probably requires a lot of energy.
Yes, absolutely. And that's taken more of a priority for me over the last few years over Erickson Gaming, because I used to like really try for Erickson Gaming, but now that the business side of it kind of discouraged me a little bit, and then my lack of interest in Nintendo nowadays and their stupidities has kind of pushed me away from it a little bit. So yeah, it's just that I'm just pursuing this other thing that I want to give more attention to, and I have other hobbies too. Like I like to watch movies, and I like to go see movies, and I like to go outside and, I don't know, smell a tree every now and then. And that takes time.
Right.
My love for movies and stuff like that, yeah, that's part of the reason I've had so much fun with the stupidity of If Link Could Talk, and I would love to voice act. That's its own thing, but
that would be fun.
That's why I kept doing those, even though they were cringy AF. That's part of the reason I kept going with those.
I want this to definitely be some sort of video for those who love If Link Could Talk, because I know we get questions all the time. When's the next If Link Could Talk? Which is understandable because it is a series, and it's funny. You guys like it, and we like making it. Andres likes writing it, and I like voice acting it. So, I don't want anyone to expect more to come as fast as they think.
Yeah.
Because you're not opposed to writing more when you feel like it, I think you've said.
No, and I'm not even opposed. I mean, that's another part of what we can talk about. It's just I'm not opposed to doing more things on Erickson Gaming. It's just that it's not something I'm going to be doing like weekly or try to do it every Monday, every Tuesday, or like 3 times a month. This is like solely a hobby for us now.
Right.
And when I'm inspired to do something, I want to do it. But it is because now we've started If Link Could Talk in Subspace Emissary. So now it's like, okay, people are going to expect part 2 and then part 3 until it ends. So now it just puts the pressure on me like, oh, well, now I'm in this for real, even though I just thought it would be fun to start the series. Now I have to keep going with the series, which is, my fault. I have to commit to it. But that's just why, for those who are asking about part 2, it's taking a while just because that's not where my priorities are right now.
Yeah.
And I like what I'm writing, and a lot of the times with If Link Could Talk, sometimes I'm like, this is really dumb, but I'm just forcing myself to do it. Yeah, I don't know.
I just want to say that I listed off a bunch of PS4 games that I love and completely missed Horizon Zero Dawn, and Aloy is right here on the screen, and I completely forgot to mention
Yeah, that's why she's there.
that game. I love that freaking game. So, to piggyback off of what Andres was saying, we did talk about what we're going to be using Erickson Gaming for the time being, and I personally... and I think Andres can agree to some degree. I love live streaming. I just like being dumb and playing dumb games with you guys. And me and Andres can kind of play a game together here. Well, we're going to try to keep streams where we play like Smash Bros. And stuff, maybe on Thursdays, where Andres and I come in here and we play some dumb game. I think Andres is continuing Danganronpa, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Basically... the channel for now is probably just going to be used for making dumb videos whenever we have an idea. So they're going to be like long times between each video, because we've made a very few amount of skits, but skits for us have been fun. We like doing that. It's just a lot of effort. And
that's what I was gonna say. It's not even just that it's a lot of effort. I'm not opposed to doing them at all. That's actually what I was gonna say. Is I would love to do more skits because those are fun for me.
Yeah, and I love
multiple
doing them
reasons.
too. And I think I love watching them more than I love doing them.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I was gonna say for me. It's not because it's too much effort. It's just because I don't have an idea for a skit every 5 seconds, and because I'm not trying to do that. It's just like, oh, I have this funny idea. Do you want to make a skit out of it? It's just so it's just an every once in a while thing.
Right. And that's how the Mr. Nintendo skit came to life, was because I was so frustrated with Nintendo. And I thought, like, how funny would it be to like interview Nintendo and them just being so arrogant about themselves. And then we just made it. Yeah,
Sarah, don't be sad. It's okay. We're not quitting. And I was gonna say, I know. I mean, we're not trying to make live streaming our thing or anything. It's just fun for us, and we still have the channel, so it's just fun to play games and have some people hang out while we're doing it.
Whenever Andres, like when an event happens, for example, when Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, I'm sure you'll see Andres and I here talking about it sometimes, and playing it even. When Splatoon 3 comes out, you'll see us playing it, probably live streaming it. Maybe even when they come out, we'll be inspired to make a video about it. But they're not out yet. Now, there are questions in the chat, I see, but I'll try to get to them very soon. Someone asked about where Final Fantasy VII Remake livestream is. They asked this earlier. I was telling Andres the other day, during the Final Fantasy VII Remake livestream, I was playing Final Fantasy Remake on another account outside the live stream. So, and because I just really like the game. But after I played it outside the live stream, I just got burnt out. I didn't want to play it on live stream anymore. So I don't know if I'm going to play that anytime soon, honestly. Yes, game reviews. There was a game review that I did. Splatoon 1 and 2 was something I did live. The review for Splatoon 1 and 2, I did live. And it didn't get a ton of views. And it wasn't super visually pleasing. But it was something that I wanted to get out for a while. I wanted to put my thoughts out onto a video, onto our YouTube channel. No matter who watched it, I had my thoughts about Splatoon 1 and 2 finally stated in video form out onto the frickin' YouTube channel, and I don't have to talk about it anymore because I have so many issues with one of the greatest games in the world.
Someone said streaming Hollow Knight. I would love to stream Hollow Knight because I do want to play Hollow Knight. If I would like to stream different games, and I'm interested in some of those indie games, so I could see myself doing that. So yeah, short and sweet of everything we've talked about. Inky pretty much said it, but we feel differently about YouTube now, so we'll be doing fun videos how we want to do them and when we want to make them. I'd say that's pretty much a summary of what we said.
Right.
And we'll let you know if there's something interesting that we're doing coming out.
And just for the record, because I've seen this sometimes, very rarely in our like video comments back then. something about your content, it's not what it used to be, it sucks, you guys aren't getting as much viewers, your subscribers are blah-de-blah-de-blah. And I just want to put on this channel update video that is okay. There's a lot of when it comes to viewership and subscribers, we're in a position where there's no reason for us to care about that. If we depended on YouTube for our lifestyle and our house to put food on the table and a roof over our head, then viewers and subscribers would become very valuable to us. But because we don't depend on YouTube to put food in our mouth and a roof over our head, we just don't care, guys.
It's not that we don't care about
I don't.
You guys.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, that's life. Oh, hi, Camellia. That's also, yeah, that's life. Things change and people change and people's brains change, and that's partly what's happened to us, and it's fine. Sorry to those who are disappointed, but I mean, that's just the way it is.
Right.
Everyone's like, shut up. Shut up and make if Link could talk.
Yeah.
Drew Burt Lee said, can you do if Link could talk in Ocarina of Time? For anyone who's going to ask, and I know this question's never going to end.
This question has been asked probably at least 100 times.
Which, I appreciate that you're interested, and I appreciate that you enjoy them. Right now we're doing if Link could talk in Subspace Emissary. I'll let you know when the next part's going to come out. I don't have an organized schedule at all because of all the things we've talked about in this entire video. I'm not trying to make Ocarina of Time and then Hyrule Warriors. I'm not going to do all the games anymore because it's just not, unless it's super fun to me. Because this is a hobby, I'm not going to put in the time to new if Link could talk unless I really want to. I'm going to finish out Subspace I keep saying me, I mean we, but I'm the one writing it. That's why I'm saying that.
Right. So the Legend of Zelda Minish Cap is off the table.
Yes, I'm definitely not doing Minish Cap. I'll just say I'm not doing Minish Cap. I'm not doing Spirit Tracks. Maybe if I ever wanted to in the future, I would do Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. We'll probably do Breath of the Wild 2 because it would be fun. But they're not all going to happen. We already have, you can go back and watch our Skyward Sword series. We did that. We did Wind Waker. We did Breath of the Wild. We did Twilight Princess. So if you haven't seen those, there's a lot of Link content to make you happy if you want to watch it.
And even when we go back, I've gone back recently and watched Skyward Sword. And I still laugh at our own videos that we've probably watched multiple times and acted ourselves.
Which is really lame, but I mean, I guess it's good to like what you made.
Anyways, if you have anything else, please ask in the chat. If not, we are actually going to be moving on to Super Smash Brothers.